Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jonathan Richardson, and today is March 1st. And welcome, everyone, to 2020. I haven't done a video in quite a long time, and I've been thinking about it, and I wanted to do a video regarding this upcoming election. I'm not going to try to, well, shoot, I don't, I'm not going to try to sway anybody to do anything because I don't vote. A lot of people may have a problem with that, but I don't vote because, well, one, I drive Lyft full time, do some other things, but my main source of income at the moment is driving Lyft, ride hailing service. So for me to think that people at the top or people that run an entire country where 300 million plus people are presently residents, I really don't think people at the top, Congress and all that, I don't think they really consider my vote to mean anything. I mean, I drive Lyft. Why would they care? I mean, to me, if you had major influence or major impact on society, or an influencer, if you're a major influencer, then yeah, you could influence things in society, then it would matter more. But I'm not known. I'm not anybody. As far as they're concerned, I'm nobody. So for me, whoever gets in this year, I mean, I don't think things are going to actually get better. They could get worse. I don't see them getting better. It doesn't matter who's in there. If Trump gets reelected, then, I think it'll say the same, which, me personally, I haven't been affected negatively from what I can see. Could be something there, but I haven't been since he's been in there. But, I don't agree with everything he says or does. He is still yet the president, and I don't necessarily have, a lot of people have a big issue with him and things he says and has done, which, okay, he's done some stuff and said some stuff he shouldn't have. I get that. But I don't hate the man. Obama did some things and said some stuff that he shouldn't have. If you have a problem with me saying that, tough. Because he has done things and said stuff he shouldn't have been doing or shouldn't have been saying. But anyway, as far as this election coming up, Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, I haven't really seen, out of all the candidates and ones that's coming out to run, I really don't see anybody even worth voting for. If I were to vote for that, I just don't see the point, because everybody that's in it right now, they just ain't that great. I mean, Trump, he's doing whatever he's doing, but nobody's, really a standout. And I don't think a standout there is not going to be a person that's going to ever get in the White House that's going to be, just a standout for everyone, where majority of the U.S. population is going to like. I just don't see that happening, because there's too many different cultures in America. America's a large melting pot. So there's too many beliefs, too many different cultures. It's not just American culture or African American culture or Caucasian culture, whatever you want to call it, Native American culture. All of those are here, but also Indians from India are here, and that community is growing largely. You have the Hispanic community that's growing large and large, and that's already a part of America anyway. So, I mean, you've got Jewish communities, you have Asian communities that are growing in the U.S. And some things from each culture are similar, but there are differences also. So I don't see how can a president adhere or this word I'm looking for. How they gonna appeal to everybody? That's just not gonna happen. Or appeal to even you you know literally the majority. A lot of people, and I mean, you know, I guess with votes it'll look like that, but there's a lot of people that don't even vote for that, like me. If more people voted, maybe then, but I don't see anybody to vote for. Personally, I mean, I would stick with personally. I know there's going to be some people that's not going to like this, but personally, I would stick with Trump. Personally, and why I say that is, I'd rather things not get worse. I don't think things are all that great. I mean, I think they're good for where they're at right now. I don't want things to get worse than what they are. I know there's going to be some people that'll disagree with that, but that's fine. That's your opinion. I have my own opinion about the matter and state of things right now. Um, um, I think personally, I really do think he's the best choice for right now. If I was to vote, I would vote for him. A lot of people won't like that, and I'm not voting. I wouldn't vote for likes anyway. You're not running for president, and I'm not either. Have to vote for whoever the best leader is. Have to. I mean, if you don't want to vote, that's you, and that's my choice, and I'm not doing it. But if I were to vote, it would be for Trump. Yeah, that's how it would be for me. Um, and I can't help if you don't like it, if you don't like me for it. But that's me. Um, you know, those other candidates, I don't think they're any good. There's nobody that's came out that's a standout that even grabs my attention, really. And I think that I've heard that from other people as well. There's really nobody that's a standout to become president or somebody that should be in that position in America. A lot of people, they like having that prestige, I guess, being the president of the United States and commander in chief and all of that kind of thing. But if there was somebody that had the people's true interests and really wanted to fix things, although I don't think that there are people that aren't president, but they have key positions within Congress and other areas of our society that don't truly have the American people's best interest. And they'll fight against good things that should be happening. Personally, I don't think Planned Parenthood should exist. I think that needs to be looked into with all these abortions. I mean, it's a ridiculous number. I don't know what the number is, but I always see reports and things like that uh, come across. I come across reports of abortion. I don't agree with that whole thing. I think there's other ways to deal with it, and we as a community, there is adoption. There is people out there that are willing to adopt children. It's better to seek that out than to just give up on the child. I mean, all of us that are living in adults and things, that could have been us. So I think um, that really needs to be looked into, and I think the president should really look into that and find out why need to try to negate abortions. You know, it shouldn't be that many babies dying like that. I mean, what good is that in what good is that? I mean, you don't know what they could become. They you don't know what they could become. They could be one day end up being a CEO of a large company. You don't know how successful they'll be. I mean, you cut their life off before they even get a chance. And yes, there are a bunch of just a number of different scenarios, rape and things like that. But I've seen it. There there are women, mothers that overcome that, and they raise the child, and the child ends up being a very good person within society. So having a positive outlook on a bad situation goes a long way. And like I said, you don't know what they'll become. Um, they could end up being in Congress and change things. I mean, the sky's the limit in this life. So, I mean, to cut a child off before they even get a chance to become or grow up, I think it's unfair because the child doesn't have a voice. So that's my opinion about that whole matter. Um, I really think the student loan debt, that needs to be looked at again. And the whole thing about student loans and colleges, it needs to be looked at and revitalized and reorganized. But that takes people that are in power, that are in Congress, that are in charge of these companies, Sally Mays, to these universities. They need to be looked at and find out why is it cost so much, and why are so many people in student loan debt. And we need to question how college education is actually set up. It's good to have that education, get it, but why is it costing so much money to do that? If college education in America is supposed, we want businesses want people that are top in their field, but also want America to succeed and be the best in certain areas, certain industries. Make it more affordable, I think. And it should be, if you're doing really well in school and all of that, may probably be a good idea if companies did pay for your full education, if a deal could be made, if you already have in mind of where you want to go, who you want to work for, what company you want to work for after you graduate college. That'd be a great idea. There's some companies that do that, but more companies, especially the big ones, they should do that and eliminate debt. I think that would be a great idea. But those are just my thoughts for right now about this whole issue. This is just my part one about this. I'm sure I'll have more to say later because there's a lot to talk about when it comes to this election and politics and everything that's going on right now and for the upcoming election. So I just wanted to share my thoughts about this. You comment below whatever you think if you want to. I'll probably, if you disagree or anything like that in the comment section and stuff like that, I'll read it, but I'll ignore it. You probably won't get a reply from me because I'm giving you my opinion on my channel. So, it's just the way it is. All right, y'all. We'll talk later.